Steal a Brainrot. It's one of the most popular games on Roblox right now, and probably actually kind of one of the most popular games in the world-ish, maybe. And really one of the few things more popular than it is to hate on it. And it should be obvious why. It's pure dumb brain rot. But since I'm trying Roblox, I have to give it a try. So let's get into it. So at first glance, Steal a Brainrot is a very simple game. You've got just a line of brain rot walking down, mostly inspired by Italian brain rot, but I think they've got a whole bunch of their own custom dudes in there as well. But basically, you see a brain rot you want, you go up to it, it'll have a certain cost and a certain amount of money that it gives back every second. You then buy it, he waddles on back over to your base, and once it's gotten in your base, it'll start generating cash for you. And the basic gameplay loop is you buy the low tier dudes, generate cash so you can afford the bigger tier dudes, and eventually you're just sitting there waiting for better dudes to waddle on out along the line so you can buy them and slightly improve. That part's not really very interesting and honestly kind of boring, especially when you're just sitting there waiting for some dude that's worth buying to come out. You're just doing nothing but sitting there. Now, to make it a little more interesting, there is a rebirth system, which is like a prestige system in other games, where once you get enough cash and collect some specific brain rot, you can then restart from the beginning, but with some buffs, basically. More starting cash, more space for brain rot, more tools, that kind of thing. So really the game kind of has three objectives. The base tycoon objective of generate as much money as possible, the progression objective of rebirthing and unlocking everything, and of course the third objective of collecting a collection of super rare brain rot to show off in front of everybody. Now really, if that were it, this game would be super boring. But that brings us to the steal part. You'll notice that everyone's base has like red bars, and there's a lock button. You have to lock your base if you don't want people to come in and steal your stuff. You can just go into other people's bases, yoink their things, carry it on over to your base, and then you got it. And even when you're buying brain rot from the line, they aren't yours until they hit your collection zone. So oftentimes when something rare and worthwhile shows up, there will be a war between players trying to buy it. And the game actually gives you a ton of tools to work with when you're doing this. A lot of them are locked behind the rebirth system, but the first few rebirths are not that difficult and you can really quickly get access to some nice stuff. And from there you get to what I consider to be the actual fun part of the game, which is stealing other people's stuff. It's kind of exhilarating to see someone's base open, run in, grab something and carry it off to your own and then get it. As well, there are a lot of tricks and things you can pull with the various items you have access to lock down other players so you can steal their brain rot. Like one time one guy just had his base open, so I yoinked some super secret brain rot, and then a couple minutes later, some other dude grabbed me with like a web slinger, pulled me into his locked base, and then his friend went over and yoinked my stuff while I was stuck in the base. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to pull off cool heists like that, but it was kind of cool to see. And that brings me to another point. I think it actually is kind of frustrating and boring to try to get a collection of really good stuff because you constantly get harassed. You will join a map, there'll be like a couple people that go check out your base. If there's something there, immediately you'll start having like several people trying to lock you down to yoink your stuff. And you can't do anything else because there's always a bunch of people trying to yoink your stuff. So you don't have time to go yoink other people's stuff. So in my opinion, it's actually a whole lot more fun if you just don't actually care about your own collection and you just go around stealing the coolest things you can find from other people. Now there are also some secrets and like special dev events and stuff like that goes on, and that's kind of fun, but really the fun part is trying to pull heists on other people, which brings me to my conclusion. I kind of actually like the game. I feel bad for admitting it, but it's actually kind of fun. Objectively though, I think the game's kind of bad. Sitting there and just waiting for something to come along and just waiting to collect more money and then just waiting for some random dude that's super rare to show up so you can progress. It's really boring. You could sit there for hours really, just not progressing for no fault of your own because you're just waiting for something worthwhile to show up. But the PvP element and pulling off heists and stuff like that, that part's actually kind of fun. Now it's definitely not a great game. It's definitely not worthy of being one of the most popular games, I think, but it is really kind of fun to try to go in and pull off heists on other people. That's my conclusion. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm sorry. If you have any suggestions for other games on Roblox I should try, let me know. Someone suggested Blox Fruit in the last video, so I'll probably give that a try next, but let me know if you have any other suggestions. See ya.